Hi guys, happy 2017. It feels really weird saying that, and it feels really weird filming because even though I've put up a few videos the last few months, I looked back and I've not actually sat down in front of the camera since early November, which is really strange. I did make mention in one of my giveaway videos at the end of the year that I just felt kind of in a creative slump a little bit. That's been happening on and off for probably the last 6 months or so. I needed to kind of change things up. That's why I'm kind of here in my office. And I think I had mentioned before that I may move in here. Back in the fall, I moved my desk around a little bit, the whole office. It actually feels much bigger. We brought the hardwood floors into here. So for those of you who have seen my office before, we had carpet in the living room and my office. And we always knew we wanted to change that out because we have hardwood throughout the whole rest of the house except for the bedrooms. Sorry, I hope my phone doesn't start going crazy here. And that's actually one reason in my bedroom, I feel like I've wanted to change it up and put the hardwood in there now because it just makes everything look so much bigger, adding it just in these 2 extra rooms. But anyway, I just needed something simple. Had to bring the light in today because it's really dark and gloomy. So hopefully it's not too bright. So we're gonna talk about my favorites from 2016. I went back and looked at all my favorites videos, which actually I'll probably link the playlist below so that you can go back and watch some of those if you haven't. You know, I go into more detail. For the last couple of years, I've tried to only talk about like new to me products for the best of the year favorites. So that way I'm not just totally rehashing, you know, monthly favorites. So I'm gonna hopefully just talk about things I only purchased in this year. It's mainly makeup. I do have one lifestyle favorite, and let me just start with that. I actually have a whole video dedicated to this. I did like a little mini review and what fits inside. So I just wanted to talk about this bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Favorite MM. So it's called Favorite and the size is MM. I think some of you were confused when I did that video before, like I was calling it my favorite bag. It's actually called the Favorite. This is in the Damier Ebene, however you want to say it. I love this bag. I have not stopped using it since I did that video. And I got this bag, in like the middle of the summer, late summer maybe. I just can't quit using it. I was always a big fan of my Neverfull and bigger bags, which I still love the Neverfulls. Those are like some of the best bags ever. But normally I would switch into my Neverfull in the same print in the fall, and I didn't. So the strap is still a little stiff in this one. I just think that's the nature of the coated leather with these. This kind of got on my nerves sometimes. So what I would find myself doing is one side, I would put it behind the bag so that when you walk, it doesn't like hit against the bag as much. So this is in front, this is in back. I took this on our cruise. If you saw my outfits video, used this once or twice in the evening, took the strap off and then just used this little chain. It's like a clutch. It was great. Just on our recent trip to Florida for Christmas to visit my parents and my in-laws, I took this bag inside my carry-on bag. So I had a regular carry-on because I was bringing my laptop and things to do some work while we were there. But I knew I wanted to have this bag as just my running around crossbody, everyday bag. So this was great. It's just sticking it inside that bigger bag. So I just love it. Again, you've seen what's inside, when I did that other video, but I cannot say enough good things. And I love this size, and it's forced me to kind of pare down some things. So absolutely still loving this bag. I know I feel like I'm going on and on about it. Again, I'll link that other video if you're curious. I feel like that's the only bag been showing up in my outfits on Instagram too. So if you're curious, yes, I've really been carrying that. And speaking of, follow me on Instagram. If you don't see me around a lot on YouTube, I'm usually on Instagram or Insta stories. I love being able to just do like small little hauls and talk about things there. It's just easier for me sometimes when I'm not feeling inspired to sit down and make a video, which let me touch on that real quick. I'm trying to come up with some changes that both benefit me and you guys for my channel this year. I've just felt a little stagnant the last year or two. I've mentioned off and on like how sometimes it just feels like such a chore getting ready to sit in front of the camera. And for those of you who don't make videos, I know it sounds totally crazy, but I don't wear this much makeup on an everyday basis. But if I just wore my everyday makeup it wouldn't translate on camera, and I'd probably look sick or like I don't have any makeup on, and you know, it just doesn't look very good. So when you hear a lot of YouTubers talking about camera ready and putting, you know, makeup for the camera, it's because you have to put more makeup on for it to even translate well on screen and for your features to show up well. Sometimes it seems like a job. Like, it just seems like such a big chore. Like, I don't feel like putting on that much makeup today, and just the thought of it overwhelms me then of, you know, it takes the fun out of doing a video. So I'm gonna try to incorporate some other things that are still fun for you guys to watch, but I don't actually have to sit down in front of the camera. I feel like that style gets boring to me. It gets boring for me watching it with other people too, just constantly sitting down, hey, this is what I got, you know? Change up the background, something like, you know, I don't know, it gets boring for me, so I assume it gets boring for you guys. So one thing too I want to touch on, I'm going to try to do some more fashion hauls and outfit videos or posts as well on my Instagram, because that overwhelmingly is the #1 request I get. More hauls and more fashion. Like, you want to see outfits put together. I feel like I don't do a lot of that because I keep a lot of my things for a long time, so you may not be able to get the things I'm showing, but I try to find similar items. But it's more about the inspiration, I guess, I'm trying to give you. And you guys like that because you say, you know, it's very easily put together things, very everyday things that you could wear. So stay tuned for that, and, you know, give me your ideas below too, what you would like to see. So let's get on to it. I have talked way too much. So a newer favorite that you saw me talk about in one of my, I don't know, probably a favorites video, or get ready with me maybe. I know I talked about it. I have a picture on Instagram too. Is this Pixi by Petra. Sorry about the glare. This is their Beauty Blush Duo in Peach Honey. Comes with a little kabuki brush. This is the softest brush, love it. When they first sent this to me, Pixi sends me products. Some of them I like, some of them I don't. This you could not get at Target. You could get another shade at Target, but you couldn't get this one when they sent it to me. I don't know if that's changed. I'll link below wherever you can get it. I know it was on the Pixi website. This is just stunning. I am wearing it today. What I showed you, I think, in that Get Ready With Me is I put it on before my blush. So basically, I put it under my blush as a nice highlight. It's just gorgeous. Love the colors of it. It gives you a little bit of color. To me, it's not enough as a blush. I still like to wear a blush over it, but it's like I can't be without this. I feel like I've been wearing the same makeup look for months, ever since I got this and another product I'm gonna talk about. So the next product I'm gonna talk about. This is by far, I would have to say, my top product of 2016. If not #1, #2, #3, something like that. I mean, it's like up there, okay? This is the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I've talked about this. You've seen me use it over and over. If something happened to this, I would rush out in a second and go get another one. That's how much I love it. Now, I have not been self-tanning since I got back from Florida. I actually, 2 days after we got back, I had a skin check, so I wanted to scrub off all the self-tanner. So I'm pale. I have not re-tanned again, but this works for me even when I'm pale. Now, I put on a lot more when I've been self-tanning, even though I don't self-tan my face, but I think this would work for a wide range of skin tones is what I'm saying. So this is what it looks like, and I actually have, I don't even know if you can see, this is dirty on this side, but I mean, I actually have like a pretty good divot, and you can't even see like the name or anything on this side anymore. So I mainly use the top of it with the smaller brush over here. This is the bronzer. It's just great. I can kind of contour with it slightly. I don't ever do a hard contour unless it's like a nighttime kind of look, but I go all over, up into my hairline, down my neck. It just gives a great bronzy look. It warms up my skin tone, which I need. And then I take this, again, I've shown this in Get Ready With Me videos. I take a little down my nose. I always take it on my brow bone. I can use it as an inner corner shadow. I've used this as an eyeshadow, like it's great, you know, deepen up the crease a little bit. This is fantastic. I absolutely love this palette. And again, it's one of those, ever since I got this, and I've not been wearing much on my eyes, I kind of use this as eyeshadow and highlight for my eyes as well as my face as well. So fantastic product. Again, everything I talk about I will link below. So as far as eyes, I've been keeping it simple for months and months now. Of course, if I have an event or a special occasion, I'll deepen it up, but I feel like this has been like my go-to, and then I can add some darker colors if I need to. And what I've been doing is trying to really use my single eyeshadows because I'm terrible about that. I'll buy them, won't use them. This one I actually got in a beautycon box. And I love getting the beautycon box. I actually just talked about it, posted a picture of my winter box on Instagram. I think that's my third or fourth one. I know this last one was Dolce Candy. Candy Johnson's done one. Someone else has done one. So I don't remember if it's my third or fourth, but I'm telling you, they always have some really good stuff in there. I actually have a $5 off code that I'll link below. If you want to use it, great. If not, doesn't bother me. Just want to let you know it's there. But I have found some really great products from the beautycon boxes specifically. I have a lot of boxes that are sent to me, but I really love that one. This eyeshadow was in there. This is the Milani Bella Cappuccino. It's a satin matte. I talked about this back when I first got it months ago, I think in the late summer. So what I've been doing, I just take this, and this is pretty light. This is probably gonna be a little too light for some of you, but I just take this like in my crease and all over my lid, and I put this over this. You guys, again, have heard me talk about this. So this is my simple eye look I do. This is the Sephora waterproof crayon it's a matte, and it is in the color Cafe au Lait. You can see how much I've used of it. I have to keep sharpening it. It's down to like hardly anything. Again, this will be probably too light for a lot of you, but these two colors together work really well on me because I have really light eyelids, so I don't need a lot of color. And then what I want to do, if I want to deepen it up, I just take another single shadow in like a deeper brown and, you know, warm up the outer edges or deepen up the outer edges, and then take the highlight out of this, put it on the inner corners, you know, and I'm good to go. I got a simple eye look. I'm not bringing a ton of products or a palette. Anyway, that has been one of my favorite eye looks and new products. So a couple of new lip liners that I tried this year. I don't go anywhere without this one. And that's another thing. I feel like I've been into a lip liner kick. All I've been doing for months is putting lip liner and filling it in with gloss. Once in a while, I'll put lipstick over it too. Today I have on a liquid lipstick. Also came from a beautycon box. I think you can get 30% off of this with code beautycon. I'll put the information below. This is a Ofra lip cream. Really pretty color. I like it a lot. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know it wasn't this, but this is the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat. This is in Iconic Nude. So I don't know if you're gonna be able, even if I try to swatch it, I don't think you're gonna, well, I guess you can. The light's better than I thought. Just love this. It's a great nude color. Again, it goes with a lot of great lipsticks, but it's also great just to fill in and put a gloss. So love that. It's one that I can't do without. This is another new one I tried last year. It Cosmetics Your Lips Better Waterproof Lip Liner Stain. And then this is the color Buff Nude. And I did show this, I believe, in a favorites as well. These are kind of close, but the It Cosmetics is a little lighter, a little pinker looking. Beautiful nude lip. So let's talk about foundation. I cannot remember if this product was new to me last year or not. I want to say it is, but I don't remember ever talking about it, so I couldn't tell looking at my favorites. This is the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer, and it's the one in the gray tube. And the reason why I like this, and when I was doing research on best primers for basically like texture skin, acne scarring kind of texture, this one came up, and it really does work well. I always like the Benefit Professional too. That's a great one, but I like this one a little better because you all know, like around my mouth, right here I have fine lines, and then around my mouth and kind of right here I have some acne scarring, you know, some texture. This really helps it, and it really helps the makeup stay on longer. However, I don't use this a ton, only for kind of like a special occasion or when I really want my makeup to look flawless. I think it maybe breaks me out because it's one of those, you know, pore filling, smoothing. I feel like no matter how well you wash your face afterwards, I still feel like I get some breakouts when I've been using this too much. But it's a great product, and again, love it for under certain foundations too. So one of them I'm going to talk about that I usually try to wear that with this is the Sephora Airbrush. Now, I am wearing this alone without the primer today. I want to show you. This has been the best foundation probably that I've tried in a long time. I'm gonna talk about a few others, you know, my favorites for the year, new to me. This is fantastic if you need a foundation to not look heavy, but to stay on all day. Like this is my go-to like Christmas party, gonna be a long day. Like I wore this when I was flying, you know, I had a 6 a.m. something flight over Christmas and I knew then we're gonna be going to lunch when I get there and all that. I didn't wanna touch up my makeup a lot. Wore this, it still looked good. It's light enough. Now I wear it in the color light, I believe. And it's pretty light when you first put it on, yes, light. But it seems to almost like color correct, or I wouldn't even say oxidize, but at first when you put it on, it's like, oh, it's too light, but it works. I just spray it on a brush and then put it on that way. It's fantastic. I wore this, I know when I first started wearing this, I think it was over the summer when I went to Orlando for the Stellar convention. You know, I'm gonna have my makeup on all day, you know, and it just really worked. Like I didn't have to do a lot of touching up. It was great. I've worn it for several other, you know, occasions since then. I wanted to wear it today just to show you. It just feels so light on the skin. I don't have to powder or anything like that. So this is fantastic. Hands down, one of my favorites. Now, I don't wear that all the time. It's kind of like my, like I said, special occasion a little bit. Others that I do wear more often, and two of them have kind of pushed the other aside, but I need to wear it again and remember why I loved it. So two of my favorites that I love probably more than the other is the Giorgio Armani. This is the Luminous Silk Foundation. Absolutely love this. Makes your skin look really nice, not too heavy, not too cakey, has enough coverage, but again, when you have a lot of imperfections like I do, it doesn't like bring attention to them. I have it in the shade 4.5, love that. Another one is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I had tried this years ago and then didn't like it, and when they came out with the Ultra HD version, I had gotten a sample this past year and really loved it, so bought the full size. I'm in the color 118 or it's Y325 in this one. Really like this as well. These are similar. This has a little bit more of like a dewy, luminous kind of finish, but not like over the top. This is just a really nice makeup that I think looks great and better like throughout the day. So another one that I really liked and tried this past year was Too Faced Born This Way. This is really nice, but I quit wearing it for a while because that's all I was wearing was the Armani then. I need to go back to this because I know I really liked it and it was that same thing. That's what I look for. A foundation that's not gonna look too heavy on me, gives me enough coverage, but does not draw attention to all my imperfections. So that's why I like this one as well. A couple more things and then we're finished. As far as nail polish and things like that, I cannot say enough good things about the C&D Vinyl X Weekly Top Coat. I use it with every nail color, every brand, and I'm telling you, this is what keeps my nail polish on longer, because I don't know if you guys remember in years past, and one of those, even though I cut my nails down really short, it seems like everything would chip, you know? This does not. So it holds it on there a long time and I don't get chipping. So absolutely love that. Another kind of non-makeup-y thing, but I mentioned this in a Get Ready With Me, I would say back in the summer. It had to have been a couple weeks before July, sometime in July, because again, July was when I went to the Stella & convention. So I'd started using it just a couple weeks before that, and I could really tell a difference already by the time I went to the convention. That is the Revitalash Advance. This is such a great product. Now, I have not used it for probably a month or so, so my lashes are not as long and full as normal. However, they are still longer and fuller than normal. Because I can tell I can just put like one coat of mascara on and they still look good. So this is awesome, and why I like it, number one, it works quickly. You're not waiting, you know, months and months to see something. I'm telling you, I saw results within like a couple of weeks. Two, it does not irritate my eyes like some others. Like Latisse I couldn't use. There's another one I tried that I couldn't use. Irritates my eyes, makes my eyes really red and discolored on my eyelids. This did not. So absolutely love this. It works. I need to start using it again. Fantastic product though. Last is something I've been addicted to. Like, I cannot stop using this because it's quick for one, and you get great results. and it lasts a pretty decent amount of time too. That is the Loving Tan. This is the 2-Hour Express. Now, I accidentally a couple months ago bought the regular, not the Express. I personally like the color better on this for me and my skin tone. I use it in the dark with the 2-Hour Express. I got the dark in the non 2-hour, and I didn't love the color as much, and I'm impatient and don't want to wait. What I love about this is, seriously, if I know, oh, I can take a shower that morning, put this on in a couple hours, or by the time I leave the house or whatever, I'm gonna start to see color already. So this is one of those great things I'll put on my legs. I take this on vacation with me, so if what you're seeing is when I still took it on vacation, this bottle is almost empty. When I travel, I put a tissue there because it will leak out the top a little bit. I don't know why. What I do is I put a tissue in there, I put the glove over top of it, wrap that in a bag and then in another bag, and I've not had a problem with it leaking. That's the only little bit it does, and I think just because whatever's left in the tube kind of runs out on this. I'm telling you, this is like the best color tan, even for me, you know, my pale skin. I mean, look, you know, no self tanner there. My face is a little red today because I did a little exfoliating thing earlier, which wasn't great before camera, but you know, that's why. This is awesome. I cannot say enough good things about them. This is probably my 3rd bottle maybe, and I love it because it's a mousse. It goes on easy. You can see where it's going. It's not streaky. I've tried others and I like, but nothing compares to this. Nothing compares to the color. It doesn't have that much of a smell like, you know, a lot of them do. Once in a while I can still smell it, but I'm telling you, this is fantastic. This hands down beats any other self tanner I've used. And again, if you want something quick, get the 2-Hour Express. So I know a lot of chit chat, a lot of things to catch up with, a lot of things to show you. Let me know, I keep putting it off, but several people have asked me how I store my jewelry, and obviously I sell Stella and Dot, so I have a lot of Stella and Dot. We're getting ready to launch our new spring collection, so I'm gonna have even more. I actually have a sample sale going on in my VIP group, so if you wanna know about that, let me know. Anyway, let me know if you want a tour of the office or like a jewelry collection kind of storage. That is something I plan on doing. Thank you all so much for the really kind messages, you know, asking where I was and you missed my videos. I so appreciate it. It really uplifts me and reminds me, you know, why I do this. So it's all, you know, because of the great viewers I have. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and we'll see you next time. Bye.